Over 4.4 million USD is what I've helped countless coaching businesses and agencies collect over the past few years. And to do this, I've spent 35,000 USD probably over the last year alone to build a six-figure agency of my own. And in this video, I'm going to share exactly what I've learned, the main insights that has really changed the trajectory of my business and how you can implement the exact same. Number one is messaging is everything. You could have the best offer in the world, the best service delivery, the best products in the world, but if you don't know how to effectively convey that message, then no one's going to actually feel it. If you want your offer to completely resonate with the market, then you need to know exactly who your ideal client avatar is, their pain points, their demographics, their goals, their motivators, what makes them tick. The way I did this is I literally sat down and wrote down my ideal client visualized as an actual single person. I literally wrote down his gender, his name, his main pain points, what he likes to do, what his goals are, where he likes to travel, what his main needle movers are to scale his business, and his main pain points. And I literally incorporated that into everything. Content, ads, service delivery, absolutely everything to speak to that one ideal client. For example, whenever I'm recording content, ads, fulfillment, whatever, I'm thinking, okay, what would my ideal client avatar want to see in this piece of content? Is this going to resonate with this person? Is this going to speak directly to this person? And the thing is, sometimes what your ideal client thinks they need versus what they actually need in the market is different. So you've got to test that and figure out what they think they need, give them that, and then on the back end, give them what they actually need. And the best way you can do this, which I've done as well, is you can transcribe all of your sales calls, all of your client calls, all of your DM setting conversations, put it into a Google Doc, and then give that Google Doc to ChatGPT to ask them to essentially give you all the most common pain points, goals, demographics, needle movers, everything that is common and the average over all of those sales calls. And that's going to give you your ideal client and exactly who they are so you can speak to that specific subset. An example of what this looks like is I build this out for every single client I take on. It essentially takes all of the Fathom or sales call recordings, puts it into a Google Doc, and summarizes pretty much every sales call and gives a weekly report every single Sunday. Okay, so as you can see, this weekly report pings automatically on a Sunday to give the most common pain points, goals, core motivators, recurring objections, demographics, so that we can create YouTube content, Instagram content, LinkedIn content, whatever, to tackle these objections and relate to these pain points. Now, if you don't know the data on this, I would recommend to go super hard on it. Now, the next lesson is proof and marketing over everything. The online business space has turned into a place of smoke and mirrors, meaning everyone has the newest guarantee, the newest shiny offer, the newest way that they can help you. This has led us to a trust recession, meaning no one can really trust anything. Now, the best way to counteract this is just plaster as many client results, testimonials, all over your content so people can literally see it in action. Now, you want to do this on emails, on your landing page, on YouTube videos, Instagram videos, LinkedIn, as many places that you know that your ICP or your ideal client is going to be hanging around so that you can tailor your marketing message to speak directly to them. I'll give you an example. So is your ideal client maybe more practical versus theoretical? Do they like community stuff? Do they like events? Do they like to see everyone in one place, all the clients in one place? If so, and if you know that data, then post events, post mastermind call recordings, post group call recordings, post live sales call recordings, or anything that you can post that demonstrates practical advice or practical client results or a student testimonial interview as opposed to more theoretical stuff. The more you can indoctrinate and consistently nurture your audience, the more they're going to think you are the person that can directly help them. And the way you can do this and figure out what's actually going to motivate them and what they want to see the most is just implement a client onboarding form just based on marketing. You want to ask the questions, what was the main piece of content that you resonated with? What would get you over the line faster? And what actually made you sign on with me and pay for my services? The more you know in terms of a correlation on what's working, what's not, the more you can just double down on it on marketing and the positioning improve. Now, the third lesson is paid ads is the key to scale and building repeatability. The issue with organic content or relying on going viral is it's inconsistent, meaning some months you could flop, some months you can absolutely crush it. Now, the biggest guys in the space that I've met, that I've been coached by, who scale past $1 million a year all incorporate paid ads into their business to be able to put $1 in and get $5 out. It's predictable and it's repeatable, meaning you have a business that is relatively stable instead of just relying on the algorithm gods to push your content. This combined with an absolute dialed in sales team is the key to scaling. So my recommendation is if you have at least 1K a month USD to spend or 10% of your profit or revenue overall, as long as it's over 1K a month, I would 100% put that all into paid ads and testing campaigns. Now, it's probably not going to work at first. You're probably going to have to keep testing to find your angle. But once you find that angle and once you find that right creative that really blows, it's absolutely game over, and it's really going to change your business and grow it for the best. And you've also probably seen everyone pitching their ideal funnel or their unique funnel that works the best. And that is pretty much a lie. Different funnels work, VSLs, webinars, follow ads, DM ads, they all work, but it really depends on your niche, whether you're B2C, B2B, what budget you have, who you're speaking to. So I wouldn't get in the habit of, getting that shiny object syndrome on specific funnels and thinking that's going to absolutely explode your business. Just figure out what works for you. And that's exactly what we do for our clients as well. For example, a client I took on last month was doing around $9,000 a month, and we actually scaled into 30,300 in the month of September, completely organic. Now, the next step for him is to launch paid ads to get more traffic into his ecosystem to actually put on the fire what's working. And we actually built out his whole VSL funnel, all of his paid ads, and we actually launched that yesterday. So let's see how it goes. Now, the last lesson, which is my favorite one, is you can always be more aggressive in sales and follow-up and prospecting. And the likelihood is you're probably not doing enough. Whatever business you run, whether it be a coaching business, an agency, any service-based business, you probably have a lead list of phone numbers, emails, names, Instagram usernames you can reach out to. Screw it. It could be a bunch of likes or a bunch of comments on Instagram posts. And if you're not doing absolutely everything you could be in terms of reaching out to them, if they don't answer, following up, dialing them, DMing them, sending them emails, then you're not doing enough. So if your sales process isn't dialed in with top quality appointment setters who can do this for you and pretty much do this around the clock, then you're missing out on a lot. And you as the founder, if you don't have any of those, have to be shit hot. But the issue is with that, it takes a lot of time. So that's why the main thing that I focus on whenever I onboard a client and I start to grow a business is I essentially onboard appointment setters, dialers, or triagers to go through all the leads and pretty much utilize all of the leads that the business already has before even starting paid ads. And a key metric to follow is if you don't feel pushy or uncomfortable with the amount of times and amount of people you're reaching out to, then you're probably not doing it right. So lastly, if you have appointment setters and potentially closers to replace yourself in sales, that is pretty much automated acquisition. Your appointment set is trained and onboard in a way that allows them to reach out to everyone and do multiple touch points. That's going to absolutely crush. Putting them to the closer, which can literally close deals on autopilot. All you need to focus on is marketing and finding that ideal client and doing what works. So that is pretty much it. That's all that I've learned, the main key takeaways that I've learned from spending over 35K on coaching. Now, if you want to have appointment setters placed into your business, you want to start running paid ads, you essentially want to scale your high ticket business, agency, or coaching business, then book a call below and we'll see if we can help. Have a good day.